this really make sense? Look, they have wide receivers there. And Dez Bryant is no longer in Dallas, not just because he's not the same player on the field, but didn't they get kind of tired with everything else in the building?
You can, yes. And it makes sense for the reasons that Witten put out there right there as far as what it means on the field and schematically and all those things. But you're right. There are other factors at play here, not the least of which is the fact that receiver is not a position necessarily with the Packers that leaves them wanting right now. I mean, they still do have Randall Cobb. They still do have Devontae Adams. They drafted 3 wide receivers. Granted, they were on the 3rd day of the draft, but they drafted 3 receivers. I mean, this team's always drafted multiple receivers in the draft. But they do believe at this point of the year, I am told that they want to see some of these young guys go up against some of the veterans and see what they have and maybe revisit down the line here. But I'm not sensing that Jason Witten had his reporter hat on and was saying that he had heard things, because I'm not hearing them right now. Maybe Ian has.
Well, Jason Witten is not completely wrong here. In fact, the Green Bay Packers word team mentioned Mike early on in the process, along with the Baltimore Ravens, along with the New Orleans Saints, as a possible Dez Bryant location. So he's not wrong. Then you get through the draft, they draft a bunch of receivers, and then it certainly seems like a lot of teams say, you know what, we just want to stick with what we have. I turned down the Ravens. The Saints seem to be sticking. I also sense nothing with the Packers. They do not seem to be in on him, and at this point are not expected to be, all of which helps explain, guys, why Dez Bryant, it's May, and Dez Bryant is still available, still looking for a team.